Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to a new episode of When You're Delusional, You're Gonna Be on TikTok. I do hope you're gonna enjoy the video, so let's just get into it.
If New Zealand's so good, why don't you just go back there then? Because I would rather buy your guys' houses off yous and then move them to yous. Because I like living off you guys' government.
Okay, so you mean food stamps? You lost me there for a second. How do you live off someone else's government? Pretty much food stamps, right? But you're a businesswoman buying houses. With what money? How exactly a businesswoman, a successful businesswoman, is living off food stamps? I even went ahead and checked your OAF account and I was extremely generous and reached $750 a month. And again, that was extremely generous. Let's say with pay-per-view messages, you double that amount and you make $1,500 a month, which I'm pretty sure you don't because 750 was extremely generous once again. And anyone can check that. So before you're lying to people, just try to make it believable.
On today's episode of How I Know the Bar is Way Too Low, I was at my nail appointment today, and this woman, like this older lady, was getting her toes done, and she was so cute, so sweet to the workers, like just adorable. And then this man walks in at the end of her appointment and like to pay for it. And my nail lady goes, they've been married for 63 years. And he just looks, he like heard her tell me, and he looks over and he's like, it was so cute. And then he goes over to his wife, tells her toes look great. Like she was so excited. She loved him. And he was like, those look so beautiful. And he had just like gotten her this appointment for Valentine's Day. 63 years later, and he's still doing this for her every year. He said he always schedules her some type of appointment for her to get something done for herself. He came in, paid for it, told her to just go wait in the car, was so polite, tipped them well, like was adorable. And I guess I kept asking more questions because I was like, okay. They met in high school, he said, and literally were high school sweethearts and have still been together. He said no one else catches his eye. She's like, meanwhile, I'm thinking it's sweet if a man says, hey, how are you? Instead of sup or WID. Like, I think a sentence-long text with correct punctuation in it is like, and there's men out there like this. That's it for me. I am retired.
63 years, that is something beautiful right there. They got married in 1960. I wonder what they didn't have before they got married. Well, for one, they didn't have this type of liberation movement. This led later on to hookup culture, which later on led to the type of businesswoman that we had in the previous lady. So yeah, times changed. They didn't have social media, which gave us all a fake illusion of options. But anyway, you're retired now, so even though the desired effect is not gonna be, oh no, from all of us, I still wish you best of luck.
Okay, I don't know if I am the only one in 2023 to admit this, but women cheat far more than men cheat. Men get caught far more than women do because women have an intuition. Okay, that's what God gave us, intuition. We know what we know, and we know when things are off. Men do not have that. So a woman will be like, oh, I'm going, at my friend's house, I'm going to like go shopping, I'm going to go run errands, I'm going to and men, you sit home and you watch the hub and you drink your beers or you get busy with work or the kids or whatever. You don't have that intuition. You don't have that. Women 1,000% get away with it more than men. And women, I do believe, cheat more than men. And it's not about the sex. It's not about like, oh, because you could be married, like a female could be married and having that like often. It's not why women cheat. It's not. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why women cheat. Hold on. Number one is because they don't have any morals. Okay? They don't have any connection to God. They don't have any purpose in life. They're just kind of like low-end people. That's number one. You've got to be low-end to do that. Number two, they want attention, right? I always say social media ruined women and PORN ruined men. Women want attention. It doesn't even have to be good attention. It could be a negative attention. So if a guy that's little tiny, teensy bit younger or teensy bit wealthier, or teensy bit better looking than her husband, and he wants to sleep with her, she thinks that's some sort of flex. Like, that's not a flex. Like, he'll sleep with anybody. Like a guy will sleep with anybody. But she's like, oh my gosh, he wants to sleep with me. Like, that's so like that pumps her up. That's why you guys are easily sleeping with married women.
Women do have a higher intuition, they also make better liars. Men also brag about this stuff even though they're lying, while women are hiding it, even if they did cheat. That's why we have all the stats that 30% of men cheat compared to 25% of women. But the truth is, you ask any of the F-boys you know, 9 out of 10 times they're gonna say the easiest women to get were married women. But again, at least up until this point, the stats shows that men cheat more, even though it's just a 5% difference, but that's what they show. What do you guys think? Who cheats more, men or women?
If we're all victims of society, then why should anyone be held accountable for their actions, including men?
I'm a man hater. These are not questions for me.
Why are you a man hater? A lot of women today a lot of women hate men today, right?
Because they all cheat. They all lie. They all do you dirty, go behind your back.
Okay, what if I said that all women are gold diggers? Would that be okay?
Oh, I mean, a lot of them are. I can't disagree with you.
So then why is it more socially acceptable for women to hate men than it is for men to hate women?
I wouldn't say it's more socially acceptable. I would say, I don't know. If men hate women, I don't give a fuck.
Except if that guy told you straight to your face he hated you, you would scratch his eyes out while screaming at him, calling him misogynistic and all the other names. The reason why it's socially acceptable for one and not the other is because you can call yourself a man hater, but if he would have said the same thing, he would be cancelled.
Who is more likely to care what society thinks, men or women?
Women, for sure.
Who's more likely to follow trends?
Women.
Why would women care what society thinks if we're living in a world that oppresses them?
We're not living in a world that oppresses women, quite the opposite, in fact.
Finally, someone that makes sense. Anyway, let me know in the comments what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.